Okay. Okay, we're recording now. Okay. Hello, Sally. How are you today?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. My name is Anna, and I'm the Human Resources Specialist for Communication Solutions. Melissa, did you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes, my name is Melissa. I'm the Human Resources Director for Communication Solutions. Nice to meet you, Sally.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. We're happy that you're here. And so we're interviewing today for the entry level accounting position. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for your interest in that position. And so Melissa and I just have a few questions for you. And then at the end, if you have any questions for us, please feel free to ask those. What I'm looking here at your resume, can you tell me a little bit about your accounting skills and certifications that you have?
So I do have my bachelor's in accountancy. It's a accounting specialist from Ghost Town University. And in addition to that, I have been working for the past few years as an accounts receivable specialist for a company called Apex, where I handle all of the accounts receivables transactions.
Okay, good.
Okay, well, Miss Sally, I would like to ask you, a few questions myself. I mean, describe a time in your that you found a billing discrepancy, and how did you resolve it?
Well, the first thing that I did when I found it is I went to our operations and kind of looked into the problem and had them investigate. And from there, I worked closely with them to determine what our next route would be. And we ended up crediting the customer the difference. We had overbilled them. So we credited them back the difference and apologized profusely, and they were very happy with that solution.
All right, excellent.
Good. Sally, as you know, working already in accounting now, you know that sometimes depending like on the time of the month, there are time sensitive processes and balances and whatnot that need to be taken care of in a timely manner. How do you manage your time throughout the day?
I like to start my mornings with writing a list of to-dos, and I prioritize based off the most urgent need. Obviously with accounts receivable and what I've been doing, I'm familiar with monthly closings and things of that nature. So I have a unique ability to prioritize and meet goals.
Okay, good.
Excellent. So Miss Sally, I just wanted to ask, so what type of information would you commonly include in a bill for service render?
Well, first off, you'd want to start with the customer name and their bill to address, because obviously if you don't get the bill to them, you probably won't get paid. So customer information, if there's a job number or a PO reference or work order, anything like that, I'd want to include that on there, as well as the due date, net terms, and a full description and total amount, plus tax if it's applicable.
All right, thank you.
As you know, our accounts receivable, you have that little bit of experience. This position that we have available now does require a bit of data entry. And of course, when you enter, just any data, or when you balance an account, how would you, or how do you guard against making any type of mistake when it's maybe a long ledger or just a lot of data entry?
That's a great question. I'd like to say that I'm very diligent. I check my work consistently. Obviously human error will still occur, but I use all sorts of resources such as spell checker and resources that are available to me. I will double check, triple check before I post anything. And I'm quite diligent about that.
Okay, good, nice.
Okay, well, this will be a last question. So what are you pursuing in your career in accounting? Like what do you see your future in with communication solutions? What do you see your career as an accounting here?
If I'm selected as your candidate, I hope to exceed expectations and continue to grow throughout the company, whatever capacity that allows, whether it be moving up and possibly managing a team or even moving further. I hope to obtain my CPA relatively soon, and hopefully that will help advance my career with communication solutions.
All right, awesome.
Good. Yeah, definitely growing within the company is a possibility. We are growing as a company, and so we're always looking for great candidates, and we prefer always to hire within. So that's great. Now, do you? I'm done with Melissa and I are done with the questions that we have for you. Do you have any questions for us?
I don't, not at the moment.
No. Okay. Okay, well, great. It was a pleasure meeting you. Melissa and I do have a few more candidates that we would like to interview and review, but we will definitely be getting back to you once we decide on who we decide to hire. And if you don't have any questions, well, we thank you so much for your time, and thank you for coming out, and thank you for your interest in our company.
Thank you so much for interviewing me and taking the chance.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sally. You have a good day.
Thank you, you as well.
Okay, we're started.
Hello, Melissa. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Hi, my name is Anna Bravo, and I'm a hiring manager here at Communication Solutions.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We're happy that we're happy to have you here.
Well, I really am like honored that you have me as a consideration for the job.
Yes, absolutely.
We're happy to have you here, Melissa. I'm Christina. I will also be helping with your interview.
Okay, I'm excited.
Good. So Melissa, Christina and I are going to be just asking you a couple questions, and you know, just pertaining to the entry-level accounting position that we have here at Communication Solutions. And then at the end, or if you have any questions at any time, please let us know, and we're happy to answer any questions. So we're just going to jump right into it, if you don't mind. And so my first question is, what accounting skills and certifications do you have?
Well, right now, I do have my certificate in accounting. I am working on my associates and for accounting, and I'll be graduating in about a couple of years and then going off to a 4-year college to pursue my bachelor's in accounting. At the moment, I mean, my skills, I'm very proficient in, you know, delegating, multitask in different projects. In my experience that I've had with my previous job, where I'm able to multitask, and I also have like experience in balancing reports, And then also some of my skills is proficient in oral communication and written communication. And then also like any kind of Microsoft Word documents, and also QuickBooks is some of my skills that I have.
Oh, good. Nice, nice, good.
Oh, that's always good. Okay, so describe a time where you had found an error on an invoice, or just in your day-to-day work experience, any sort of errors, and how you went about taking care of that.
Okay, absolutely. So first of all, if I encounter an error with I would, talk to a leader and to try to figure out where the error had occurred. And then once we combine that and figure out where the error occurs, then we would just combine where we will adjust it and make sure that the person or whoever it affects gets credited properly or debited properly.
Okay, perfect. As you know, being an accounting position, we deal with a lot of very sensitive information. Sometimes, we have clients' information, accounts, information like that. What kinds of things do you do to make sure that the client's personal and sensitive information is always confidential?
Yes, absolutely. So that is very important to have clients' personal information, because that it can be a risk to an organization and to that person's identity. So what I would technically do is, if I have to email, or I would send it as a need to know to that person, and then actually encrypt it so that way that information is not compromised. Another way is just to make sure that if I have my computer, if I have to step away from my computer, and if I have a person's information, is to make sure that I've always locked my computer, so that way that their information is not actually compromised. And then making sure, if I have documents that are out on my desk, is to make sure that I properly discard of it, like in one of our secured bins and things like that.
Okay, good, good. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so with this position, there will be quite a bit of invoicing that you need to do. Can you tell me what sort of criteria or information that you need on an invoice?
Okay, absolutely. So the types of information on an invoice is, of course, the customer's details, like their name and address, phone number, a reference number, either a work order. Details about the work would be very useful. The due date of when the invoice is actually due, and the amount of the invoice.
Good. My last question for you is, as you know, also, because I see in your resume that, you worked with as an accounting clerk, and, you do, you're a client service representative for Bank of America. I'm sure that maybe at some point during the month, there are time-sensitive projects or job that needs to just be done within a timely manner. How do you manage your time throughout the day to be able to meet all of these?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. So what I would do is organize, I would write a list of things from high priority to low priority. And then I would just make sure that those tasks are done in order throughout the day. So usually I just take some time at the beginning of my day to organize those tasks by high priority to low priority.
Okay, great. That's great.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. I don't have any more questions. Ina, do you have any more questions for Melissa?
Melissa, do you have any questions for us?
Yes, I do. I would like to just know that with this position, would it be something that I can grow with the company? Is there like a leadership program or some type of, growth organization where I can move up in ranks? I know that this is a entry-level position. Would that be something that would be possible?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. And of course, like you mentioned, this is an entry-level accounting position, and communication solutions is growing. And so definitely anytime when there is a position open, we always prefer to hire within because we like to keep our employees. And so, yes, definitely, that is definitely a possibility. We don't necessarily have a leadership program, but we have other people that work within the department that are always willing to cross-train, especially to meet, staff needs in case covering for vacations and stuff like that. But that definitely is a possibility. And I'm glad that that's something that you're interested in.
Yes, ma'am. Well, that's all the questions I have. I mean, that's very good to know. Thank you for that information.
Okay, well, good. We are gonna just review all of this information with our hiring manager, and we will be contacting you if we decide to move forward. Christina, is there anything that you would like to add?
I don't have anything to add other than Melissa. It was a true pleasure meeting you and getting to interview you. And we will definitely be in contact with you soon. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yes, please.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity for me to interview with both of you. And thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for coming out, for your interest.
Thank you.
Thank you.